Hello, this is Edgar Allan Poe. I am speaking on this device. Can I say who is calling?
Hey Edgar, it's me, Zombie Barbie. How are you?
I am very well, Zombie Bobby. Afterlife has treated me well.
Were you able to find long-lost friends and loved ones?
I surely did. I was able to locate my mother, my stepmother, my mother-in-law, my brother, and of course my wife, Virginia. Virginia, come over here. Say hi to Zombie Bobby.
Ew, she's a little young, isn't she?
As you can see, we were able to regain our youth. When I was married, I was a child and she was a child. Let's see, I was 27 and she had just turned 13.
She's your first cousin and you met her when she was 13?
No, Zombie Bobby, don't be ridiculous. I met her when she was 7 and we waited to get married until she was 13.
Now, she was the one you wrote Annabelle Lee for, correct? There's this band called Tiger Army that has a song called Annabelle Lee. It's frickin' amazing. You'd love it.
Yes, I downloaded it on my iTunes. My version is a little different.
What?
I'll recite just a small passage. For the moon never beams without bringing me dreams of the beautiful Annabelle Lee. And the stars never rise, but I feel the bright eyes of the beautiful Annabelle Lee. And so all the night tide I lay down by the side of my darling, my life and my bride, in her sepulchre there by the sea, in her tomb by the side of the sea. Thank you. Thank you.
Really beautiful. So how did you find the inspiration to write such amazing works?
It is very simple. I had a real crummy life.
That would probably help out. I've definitely heard the stories.
I mean, I couldn't catch a break.
You managed to sabotage most of your opportunities, though.
Yes, I do know that you are right.
You had to leave school because of your gambling debts. You also fell out of favor of your adopted father because of the same reason. And you went to the army and failed as a cadet.
Yes, this is all true.
You had the chance to work for President Tyler, but you showed up drunk and solicited a magazine subscription instead. What was your problem?
Okay, I got it. Now you're starting to sound like Virginia.
The Mask of the Red Death. That has always fascinated me. So what was your motivation?
The Red Death is tuberculosis. Practically everyone that I was close to died from it. My brother, my mother, my mother-in-law, even Virginia, my wife.
That must have been terrible.
Oh, you don't know the half of it. Just remember, Zombie Bobby, the Red Death will have dominion over us all.
It is a lot better now.
Oh, glad to hear it. Back then, it was murder.
You have been the inspiration for horror films for decades. Hollywood has produced movies like The Raven, The Pit and the Pendulum, The House of Usher. That's just to name a few.
You know, no one mentioned film when I was publishing them. How can they make them without my permission?
You were already dead. You can't give money to a dead guy.
I guess that is true.
One of my all-time favorites, other than The Raven, of course, is The Telltale Heart. So tell me, where did the idea come from, and was any of it based on your own experiences?
Zombie Bobby, when you're stressed, addicted to alcohol and Novocaine, your mind tends to go into far dimensions.
Like killing the man and burying him in your floor.
I have to admit, I did think about it, but I only wrote about it. I didn't actually do it. He had this cataract in an eye that really grossed me out.
What about the black cat? I saw a few black cats at the Edgar Allan Poe Museum in Virginia. It really helped to set the mood there.
That was Maria, Virginia's mother. She had this black cat that I was always tripping over. Oh, you know how frustrating that can be. In my day, the only small amount of fame I received was with The Raven, but it never transferred into money. I received a lousy $9 for it. In fact, I was broke all my life.
That is a shame.
Zombie Bobby, have you ever heard of the term paying it forward?
Yeah, I know the concept.
I guess that must have been what I was doing. I was setting up the industry for others to follow.
Your death has always puzzled me. None of it makes sense and nobody has any answers.
It did me too. I was finally happy. I was to marry again. Now, Virginia, I told you, she meant nothing to me. I was confused. Now, we'll talk about that later. Anyway, I was invited to a bar, started drinking with a gentleman named Reynolds. After a while, everything went blank. I was told I was drugged and then taken to vote several times. A policeman found me in a gutter wearing someone else's clothes.
That is strange.
But I gotta tell you, Zombie Bobby, that was some party.
Well, since I mentioned earlier that I've been to the Edgar Allan Poe Museum, I actually have a book of all of your stories. I just wish you were here to create more.
Well, thank you, Zombie Bobby. I gotta get going myself, so you take care of yourself.
It was nice talking to you, Edgar. Enjoy the afterlife.